Hello and welcome to Metagame Monday, where I take a look at a popular team archetype and explain how its sets work and how it matches up against the other metagame teams and how to counteract it. Today's video is going to be probably the last of this series, in Series 9, since there are almost no tournaments left for Series 9, at least official tournaments. World Cup, which is going to be a tournament where the countries play against each other, is going to use Series 10. Everyone is going to use Series 10 for the rest of the tournaments, because people are tired of Series 9 for some reason. I think it's okay metagame, but there is the distinct lack of motivation coming into playing this series, and this is why this is probably the last team I'm covering in this, at least on Series 9, and I'm probably going to shift to more. I'm gonna try more gimmicky teams, since this is exactly what's gonna work in the International Challenge, because to qualify for Players Cup 5, if there is going to be any, you'll need to go through International Challenge, which is a best of one ladder tournament. So I will probably try doing more laddering videos again, just so you get an inspiration for some best of one strats. Now, that being said, this is very good metagame team even outside of the best of one gimmick criteria, since you know what's going to happen, but you still sometimes can't do much about it. So yeah, a lot of people have seen this team already. The main combo is to use a water type move into the Coalossal to proc its steam engine, which gives it +6 speed, +6 speed, not changes to +6 speed. It increases by 6 stages, so if you're -1 speed, you get to only +5. But main idea is to use Aqua Jet into Coalossal or Surf into Coalossal if there is a redirection, and let Coalossal break the havoc, because Coalossal should be G-Max form. And G-Max Coalossal sets up rocks under opponent's feet, which take 1/6 of opponent's Pokemon HP each turn on both of their slots, as long as they're not rock type, and there are not too many viable rock types in the metagame, in my opinion at least. Only one I can think of is like Nihilego, so and Coalossal of course. So yeah, this is the main mode, and it really, with +2 special attack, it hits like a truck. I mean, it doesn't one-shot a lot of stuff. I mean, stuff like Dusclops still survives, Dynamax Pokemon survive, because the special attack is kind of unimpressive of base 80, but it's still +2 special attack, so it still kind of hits like a truck, and Volcalith definitely helps it keep the pressure up, especially with +6 speed. It outspeeds pretty much every single feral Pokemon and just one-shots it. And it's pretty bulky as well, as you can see here, base 110 HP, 120 defense. That's pretty much Cresselia bulk, although the 90 special defense is just kind of lower. Now, this EV spread is kind of my favorite, because it makes sure you still get as much power as you can out of the Modest Nature, and you just speed tie at worst with other Coalossals. Some Coalossals tend to go timid, but it's kind of rare, so I recommend only going the max speed Modest Nature. Now the moveset, you almost always want Meteor Beam, since it actually gives it extra power during Dynamax. Outside of the Dynamax though, you will not be able to use Meteor Beam or Rock type move immediately. This is why some people go for Ancient Power. But 110 base power is just too low. Already with such low base special attack, Ancient Power, it doesn't just hit too hard. Now Heat Wave is the best fire move, because it's spread move and it hits decently hard in Dynamax form, and Solar Beam or Earth Power. So Earth Power allows you to deal with, just increase the special defense, which kind of makes you beat water types, kind of, because most of the water types will aim for you with their special attack is Scald or Muddy Water. So it kind of beats them with Earth Power, but Solar Beam is my favorite, because it just straight up disposes of them. So yeah, Finny just gets one-shot with Max Overgrowth, but yeah, as you can see here, it really limits the... as well, might as well Earth Power also hits Incineroar, for example, outside of the Dynamax, so it has this use, but I still like Solar Beam a lot more, since it allows you to deal with these water types that don't want the Dynamax, or you can make like, pick your poison place and like if opponent, for example, knows from open team sheet your Solar Beam, opponent is kind of forced to go for a 50-50, as you might not need the Dynamax Coalossal, of course. That will be the main point of this video, because you can Dynamax both Dragapult and Togekiss and achieve some incredible results. And if you lead with Coalossal, and you can make it like a decoy, so they're water type Dynamaxes, just so they can survive max overgrowth. But it's a trap all along, and you will Dynamax something like Togekiss or Dragapult in the back and gain incredible advantage as a result, because water types don't do, well, generally well against Dragapult and Criticus. So yeah, this Dragapult, I actually like Jolly Nature a lot more, since it allows you to outspeed the Spectrier and speed up without Dragapults. The extra power can be noticeable time to time, but speed ties are still important to me. This is standard moves, so Dragonauts, Phantom Force, 4 steps, Fly. You do not want, like, if you're thinking of running Protect, forget about it. If you want to run Protect, forget about stuff, as it's like Dragapult without a supportive moveset alongside Coalossal, it's not gonna do much. So, by that I mean, I'm trying to say, so if you're gonna use it as a surfer, it's gonna be only a surfer, and it won't get anything done really with its other moves. So Dragon Darts, Phantom Force, Fly, these will be pathetic after you go for Surf. So you can make Dragapult just Dynamaxer and do not let Coalossal help at all. Because like Urshifu Rapid Strikes is going to be your preferred choice for Coalossal self-proc anyways, since it uses priority move instead. And against redirection strategies, they usually got something like Trick Room or setup strats, and you might need to use something more offensive like Dragapult or Togekiss as your Dynamaxer, or Instant or Rillabeam and Urshifu Core to evolve them out. So yeah, if you want to run Protect on this Dragapult, use it instead of Surf. But other than that, if you want the secondary Surf mode, you can just run it instead of Protect. Max Airstream is absolutely necessary for you to allow to beat some strategies like Regieleki. Since you can go for Airstreams and just outspeed Regieleki after a single Airstream, it also allows you to be much more flexible against some Tailwind teams. So yeah, that's my tip there. This Rillabeam, what a lot of people have used on Rillabeam lately is something like this. Let me do the EV spread. So it's something like this. Basically, Protect gives you actually more defensive prowess than you would with Assault Vest, but that's only because you just get Protect. You got already a lot of Protect mons, like for example Urshifu, Togekiss already, all of them got Protect. So you can just Protect. That's it. That's the advantage. And a lot of people are used to running against Assault Vest Rillabeam, so they basically kind of are inclined to just attack Rillabeam like it doesn't have Protect, but then it shows Protect alongside Miracle Seed, and opponent might be screwed because they just put too many eggs in one basket and doubled up the Rillabeam. If you know what I'm trying to say here. So yeah, it's gonna be better defensively, but I still like Assault Vest a little bit more because it allows Rillabeam to be good Dynamaxer as well. And with U-turn, it also allows it to beat other Rillabeams pretty reliably. Other than that, keep Wood Hammer for increased power, because Rillabeam is going to be very rare Dynamaxer anyways. Oh yeah, you want to go for G-Max for me. It's going to be very rare Dynamaxer anyways, so yeah. So Wood Hammer still gives it like more high base power move apart from Grassy Glide. And yeah, the EV spread I showed you earlier, I just can't remember it, but yeah, it gives you break point here in attack. As you can see here, you get 2 extra points for only 8 EVs, max speed. You speed creep a lot of other Assault Vest Rillabeams and put rest under the special defense, so you get an even number, so you get a better Assault Vest special bulk. So yeah, that's that. Urshifu water type is pretty self-explanatory. Unseen Fists are just overpowered. Focus Sash to give it more flexibility and survivability against stuff like Electro Weapon, Regieleki, and Max Airstreamers, and Rillabeam with Grassy Glide. Close Combat is great stuff. Aqua Jet self-procs. Close Line is great finishing move with Aqua Jet. To finish off some stuff like Regieleki after Focus Sash is procced. And yeah, you want to run max speed, max attack, 4 HP. Incineroar is more peculiar on this team. I actually want my Incineroar to be a little bit more Sun counteractive, since this team actually has some problem against Sun, that it cannot really lead with Coalossal, and you need to save Coalossal for late game and not Dynamax anything on Elite. And as a result, Flare Blitz Incineroar actually really helps you deal with this, so yeah. 60 attack Adamant actually allows you to one-shot G-Max Venusaur with Flare Blitz. This defensive investment allows you to take on Glastier's Max Quake from Life Orb. Max HP self-explanatory, you try to speed grip as many Incineroars as possible. Rest put in a special defense, so you take Life Orb Max Quake from opponent's G-Max Venusaur. Taunt is great, so you stop stuff like Trick Room, Dusclops as Trick Room, Porygon 2. Parting Shot is great for good momentum gaining, and so is Fake Out. Flare Blitz is for killing the G-Max Venusaur. And last but not least, Togekiss with Scope Lens and Super Luck gives it 50% crit chance, and you just give Earth Slash and Dazzling Gleam a high crit chance. With this speed investment, you actually outspeed Urshifu after single max Earth Stream, and so you can outspeed stuff like Charizard as well. If you want to run more speed, you can. This allows you to outspeed, I believe, Garchomp. This allows you to outspeed Cortana, but Cortana is pretty rare in Series 9, so yeah. And follow me on Protect. Again, you want Protect for extra defensive prowess. Some people might just go for a Thunderbolt. Like, if they are next to, if you see Togekiss on the lead, for example, they just can go for Thunderbolt and say, yeah, I'm gonna be just KOing Togekiss, right? If they go for, what are they gonna do? Follow me themselves and just get KO'd by Thunderbolt? No, I don't think so. So yeah, they might just go for Follow Me and Protect. We actually can go for Follow Me or Protect and go for like 50-50s this way. And again, it gives you more stall ability against Trick Room. Now, Dazzling Gleam and Slash are the steps you want to keep, and Special Attack just gives you just enough points to get a break point here, as you can see. Plus the Special Attack for 8 EVs. You outspeed what you need to, and just rest is put into the bulk. So yeah, let's go into the next segment where I talk about the important matchups. Now, the other matchup that's probably going to be a little bit problematic is Landorus plus Sun. Now, let's look at that. So I'm probably just taking a good example of this lead. Venusaur plus Torkoal, worst case scenario. I usually want to save Coalossal in the back for this matchup because it allows me to beat the Torkoal plus Porygon 2. Or if they lead Venusaur plus Porygon 2 and I lead with this, I usually can put a lot, like basically if they go full Trick Room with Porygon 2, I'm going to be able to counteract them in the back with the Coalossal. As you can see here, this would be the ideal scenario either ways. We would knock out Venusaur in the lead and Coalossal would just come in later. Yeah, I know Torkoal has Earth Power, but it would not get max Ooze Boost, and instead it would just do like 60% proc my weakness plus, and it would just get brutal. Alrighty, we could just go for Max Flare here. I believe that just simply kills Landorus, even with Assault Vest. Yeah, Sun, Stab, too many boosts, and Coalossal just wins this late game. So yeah, again, you see like Coalossal is pretty good in the late game against this team. With the attack investment on Incineroar, we just guarantee KO the Venusaur as well in Sun, so yeah, we got more than enough counteractions for this. And if opponent does not set up Trick Room in late game, we can just go for Aqua Jet into Coalossal anyways. So pick your poison. Either you go Trick Room and I underspeed you with Coalossal, or you do not go for Trick Room and I just outspeed you with Coalossal. Pick your poison. Another quite tricky matchup is this. Basically, they got Trick Room, and Trick Room is quite problematic for this team. Especially since the Trick Room actually got Haze, and that is Dusclops. So this is going to be a little bit complicated. We try to go with Rillaboom in Incineroar lead since it actually fears out stuff like Tapu Fini as well, at least decently. And we just taunt. Fake Out plus Taunt is 100% safe here. Now I just go for Parting Shot here to just get, oh yeah, Wood Hammer the Tapu Fini first, do big damage. I actually go for Taunt here. Again, worst case scenario, I predict him to go for Parting Shot, he doesn't go for it. So yeah. And I make, again, worst case scenario here because I believe I Parting Shot away while Dusclops is switching back in. So that's quite annoying. And Rillaboom just gets knocked out. So thank goodness we are getting the Incineroar back. Or not, again. I believe we just can knock out the Dusclops here with Surging Strikes plus G-Max Volclith. If not, we still got Incineroar in the back to quite annoy the opponent. So yeah, watch this. Volclith starts doing the business. Yeah. And Glastrier switches in. And we're just going to go for a Max Flare. I believe I actually go for... Yeah, okay. Yeah, the Max Quick into the Coalossal is kind of necessary because if they If they go for like max Quake into the Urshifu predicting the switch, and I don't switch, I just can't KO the Tapu Fini. Close combat does way too much damage to Glastrier, and like opponent is way too behind from that moment on. Again, I can immediately the next turn I will go for the switch into Incineroar to survive the max Quake from Glastrier. So yeah, basically it's kind of a 50-50 if I switch to Urshifu here or not. So if you feel like it, you might just stay in with Urshifu, absorb the max Quake into Incineroar, and then just go for the big damage. So yeah, CC, finish off Incineroar. Yeah, this matchup is kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, and they got like haze on the scopes as well, as I've mentioned, so they can just erase our weakness plus a boost, which can get quite nasty as well. This is just quite a bad matchup, honestly. Yeah, you can go for a Dragapult as well, and you actually can usually one-shot the Dusclops. I mean, usually. So if the Dusclops is max defense and they lead Incineroar, there is nothing you can do to prevent the Trick Room. Basically, they fake out the other slot, and then they survive Max Phantasm, and then they just reverse sweep with Glastrier. But if you know somehow that the opponent actually has some special defense on Dusclops, you should just try to one-shot it with Dragapult and just proceed and win. So for this matchup, this is a mirror matchup. I'm just gonna cite myself. Is that even right? Correct English vocabulary. So basically, this matchup goes by these rules. Coalossal beats Togekiss, Togekiss beats Dragapult, and Dragapult Urshifu beats Urshifu. So, at least usually that goes this way. It can just get a lot more annoying. Like for example here, Aqua Jet. I go with worst case scenario here, I believe, and opponent predicts that I do not go for Aqua Jet, which is pretty nasty. And they actually go my Dragapult here. So if they do not go the Dragapult right now, you're basically screwed. And by the way, yes, the matchup roulette almost always dictates this matchup on 50-50. So there's no skill here. It's just 50-50s and matchup roulette within your team. So that's quite brutal. Also, Volclave is very annoying to deal with for the rest of this game. So yeah, it's gonna be annoying. Yeah, Air Slash does no damage whatsoever to Assault Best Rillaboom. I mean, even a credible knockout, which is kind of interesting to see. Follow me, Aqua Jet, Grassy Glide. Grassy Glide and Surging Strikes would serve absolutely the same purpose. Oh yeah, and Rillaboom doesn't get knocked out here, so... Ugh. Yeah, that's annoying. Grassy Glide wins the speed die. If there is a speed die, you have to go for it right here. And another speed die here you have to go for. Yeah, I wonder why many people did not want to run a Coalossal in a Players' Cup 4. Because this is the reality most of the time. Yeah. Although it does no damage against Rillaboom. And I believe Rillaboom actually, yeah, knocks out with Good Hammer. Which is kind of bizarre, but that's VGC for you in 2021. So yeah. Alrighty, so this matchup is a little bit easier, I believe. Although it's still quite annoying because they got a Clefairy on the lead, and that's just annoying. Yeah, try to lead with this. This is a pretty neutral matchup against like everything. Max Phantasm just does a lot of damage. Oh yeah, but I might be predicting a support Dragapult here, which can just get one-shotted by the Max Lightning plus the plus Helping Hand. Also, I believe we do not go Clefairy here, very unlucky. But we actually do outspeed usually when you see Regieleki next to Clefairy, it's a slow Regieleki with a lot of bulk. As you can see here, look at that. Regieleki take that out. Wow. That's brutal. Yeah, they just go into the Urshifu. If they go into Dragapult here, they won't be able to really stop the Urshifu anymore. Because it's Focus Sash, then I can just go there Urshifu with close combat. It's better for them to, trust me, it's just better for them to try to break the Focus Sash on Urshifu here. As you can see here, this is still quite a bad spot for me. Fake out. Close combat in the Incineroar, of course. And we just double intimidated them right now, so that's just, we're gonna double intimidate them just right back. So that's pretty good. Sucker Punch fails. We got +1 speed, so it's not even a speed die. I believe the crit did not matter now, because it's -1, so -1, and I mean, Incineroar would have just won anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, that's the matchup. And I believe we just won now. Yeah. That's that. That's this matchup. Torn Metagross matchup. I believe we have a good matchup here. Although Tapu Fini Tornadus is quite annoying, so yeah. We're gonna see how are we gonna deal with that. Isn't the music a bit too loud? I'm in the mix of my music. We got both lofi music and like rock music, so sometimes the volume just gets kind of funky. Oh yeah, I thought this was cool. We actually survived the muddy water, so yeah. We have to protect here because Electro Web just simply outspeeds and KOs us, but the Volcalyph does bulk up the job right here, so that's good. They Dynamax Tapu Fini. We'll just go for Aqua Jet plus Grassy Glide. Good stuff. And Max Starfall just simply KOs the Urshifu. But remember, we got the Assault Vest on Rillabeam, so we're really bulky. Although this Urshifu is really annoying to deal with. Also, we could play Ghost into that slot. And with Max Starfall, they still do not KO, which I thought was kind of cool calc to showcase. And we just Wood Hammer, and Volcalyph actually finishes this game off right now. Perfect. Yeah, this matchup can get kind of tricky if they got water types, so you can just try to lead with someone like Togekiss and try to just get into their head. But if you lead with Togekiss and they lead Torn Metagross, it's kind of bad for you. So yeah, this team is kind of lead based, as you are seeing right now. Now, can we get one non-lead based matchup right here, where we can just kind of click Coalossal one? But that's not gonna happen, is it? Oh yeah, by the way, Nihilego Glastrier is absolutely necessary for them to beat Coalossal. If they do not lead with this lead, they simply automatically lose to Coalossal lead, because Coalossal lead can finish them off in the back. Also, Glastrier again survives the attack somehow, which I don't get. Yeah, Max Phantasm, if they Dynamax, Surging Strikes is a guaranteed knockout now at -1 defense. Perfect. Wow, just 100%. And yeah, they got the Band Urshifu, I believe, this team. But we take that attack. If they would Dynamax, it would not matter. Because the close combat, like, I mean, just goes Urshifu anyway, so. And we got like 2 other Pokemon in the back, so this was kind of a add-on from this moment on. So first matchup we're gonna go over is a Garchomp Celesteela Regieleki I dissected at the start of this season. Now, of course, you see Garchomp and Fini and dual screens, you just kind of cannot go with Coalossal. So we're gonna go with one of these secondary modes, and that's Dragapult and Togekiss. Now, do not be scared of this Celesteela, it's probably not gonna Dynamax after all. The Garchomp is preferable Dynamax, and if I somehow manage to switch in Coalossal here, or if I try to use Coalossal in the back, and I tricked my opponent here with this innocent looking lead, he would have chose, or she would have chose incorrectly by Dynamax and Coalossal. Now, of course, Garchomp is still quite scary, but with Max Dragon, even if the Tapu Fini switched from the Garchomp slot, which I think is kind of improbable, I still think it would have been a pretty good play, because Grassy Glide would have just finished off Celesteela. And they would just fall to Dragapult, Max Phantasm, or Max Dragon next turn, thanks to the Garchomp not being Dynamaxed in the back. Alright, we just finish off the Garchomp here. Celesteela is at very low health. Again, I picked the worst case scenario, with Regieleki being in the back. So Urshifu goes for Aqua Jet, just finishes off that Celesteela. Aqua Jet, by the way, is necessary, because if I wouldn't go for Aqua Jet, Air Slash would connect with either Urshifu or Rillabeam, because Rillabeam and Urshifu actually get outsped by max speed Celesteela at -1 speed. Actually quite a margin. I believe Urshifu got like 108 speed, and Celesteela can have up to 113 speed. So yeah. Yeah, you need to Dynamax something else here. The Garchomp is just too dangerous for Coalossal, but he can still put psychological damage on the opponent with Coalossal and force them to Dynamax Garchomp. And last but not least, Rain. So that's gonna be great fun, right? I mean, we got Togekiss though, so we are kind of safe, I'd say. Although not really. Yeah, this lead is already smelling, you know, and you very well know that. We have to go for Follow Me here. I think Dynamax and Togekiss might have been a better play. Max Dragon doesn't even care King Draw, but we got multiple priority attacks in the back, so it doesn't really matter. Also, I believe this Politoed is max speed. Usually it's max speed specs for some reason. It just got really popular lately. And yeah, we just simply get a Politoed here. And if it would not be specs, it would not be able to be able to hit KO me. So yeah. So yeah, we just go for Phantasm here, and yeah, we just go for Wood Hammer now, and we finish that off. Yeah, Grassy Line, doesn't matter. And yeah, we got Water type Urshifu in the back, so we can just finish this game off immediately right here. Yeah, Wood Hammer. Easy non-count. GG. Well played. And last but not least, the counteractions to this. Let's go over them really quickly. So basically Garchomp is probably the best counteraction you can have for this team. Because it beats... Max Rock falls the Togekiss, it does a lot of damage to the Dragapult with Max Dragon and actually survives the attack with this bulk investment from even Life Orb Max Dragon. And it just really annoys Coalossal with Max Quake, so yeah, that's that. Other than that, it doesn't really have to watch out for Urshifu either, or Rillabeam, because it got Rough Skin and Max Dragons to weaken this. So yeah, this is pretty good counteraction to this. Probably the best one you can have. But it can have troubles against Dragapult, so you might need to have something like Togekiss in the back just to deal with the Dragapult threat. Now, Stack Attack can be pretty annoying counteraction to this as well if you got Resurrection, because it just beats almost everything under the Trick Room. If it gets Knockout, it gets Defense Boost, and it just makes it really difficult for stuff like Urshifu and Rillabeam to deal with this. Max Rockfall does so much damage to the Coalossal, Max Steel Spike does a lot of damage to Rillaboom, Body Press can be great late game cleanup tool, and it one-shots Incineroar with Max Rockfall as well, so that's great. Maltic can be great counteraction to this as well, because it just gains a special attack boost from the Dragapult's Max Phantasm and Max Dragons, and just one-shots back with plus 2 Max Hellstorm, and it also annoys Coalossal with Max Gazeys, but it needs to watch out for the Rillaboom. Landorus is only probably good on Sun Team, because it allows, with Sun you're able to negate the Surging Strike's big damage, so you're basically able to kind of beat the only counteraction they have for the Landorus, and that being Water type Urshifu. Max Grand also KOs Coalossal. Max Airstream allows you to outspeed Dragapult at +1 speed and to hit KO it after 2 Max Airstream, so that's fantastic. Celesteela has good reverse sweep, and it also counteracts Togekiss pretty well with Max Steel Spike. It outspeeds Urshifu at +1 speed if it got max speed, and also it really just does big damage to Rillaboom, and it gets special attack boost from almost all of these. Also Max Rockfall does big damage to Coalossal and Incineroar, and last but not least, Resurrection can be great to redirect the Aqua Jet away, so you can have something like Spectrier, for example, is suddenly a good counteraction to Urshifu plus Coalossal, since it doesn't have to care about Aqua Jet. Just outspeeding and just going into the Coalossal slot. Also it beats Dragapult pretty well, so that's pretty much great plus, and it can match up 1v1. Can be pretty good 1v1 versus opponent's Togekiss as well. So yeah, that's that. And I think that's counteraction. So hopefully you learned something new with this episode, and I'll catch you next Metagame Monday. Well, maybe after 2 Mondays, because there's not much to talk about in Series 9 anymore. But if there's going to be Series 10 announcement anytime soon, I'm going to try to go into that and try to dissect some team I think is going to be good in early meta. So yeah, that's it, and I'll catch you next time. See ya!